Hey, it's Kelly here at Don't Run with Scissors, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins and two crazy rescue dogs who soon to be three, but don't. We'll talk about that later. Who likes to craft in her spare time, of which I'd like to tell you I have a bunch of spare time, but really we all know I don't because in my crazy, I went back to school. As you all know, we are in the second half of the first semester of me going back to school to become a sign language interpreter. Um, So welcome to the crazy. Come get a little bit of what's in my brain. Don't worry, it's pretty and glittery in there. Uh-huh. So, welcome. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down there below. What that does is it sends me a little message that says you've subscribed, that I have a new subscriber, and it's like getting kind of, or if you give me the thumbs up, it will say so-and-so liked your video. Um, Actually, I don't think it does that. I think it just says you have so many likes or whatever. But whatever. It said I get messages when you hit those buttons in a good way, and it's like a little boost to my self-esteem. So, it is now Monday, November 8th. I was going to hold off and film tomorrow after class, which would make it Tuesday late at night. Because then you would get to see our little man because he should be in surgery getting neutered today, which means I can pick him up tomorrow. So if you've been following me on Instagram where I'm his Princess Kelly, you will have seen the pictures of the little man. Little man currently by the doggy jail where he is being held. He's currently incarcerated at the doggy jail, although it's a nice doggy jail. It's not like it's a bad job. Like, we haven't sent him to Sing Sing. Okay. He's not at Alcatraz. He's like at Camp Cupcake for doggy jails. Um, so he's little. He's littler than Maisie. He doesn't even weigh 10 pounds. But he looks just like Maisie, just not as long. He's over a year. That's all we know as far as age because he wasn't a surrender, so we don't have any information. He was a stray. Um, and now all I can think of is oh gosh, what's the Disney film where the dogs are all the Aristocats? That's not it. With the stray dogs and then the cats are playing like jazz music. God, I'm not crazy. I swear I'm not crazy, at least not on this issue. I am blanking on the name. I can see. You know what I'm talking about. I know you guys are all out there screaming the name at me. It's on the cover is the dogs, the stray dogs, and they're on the taxi cab and they sing like in New York City and stuff. Okay, whatever. That's what I'm visiting now. Okay, so the dog jail has named him Tim. I don't think he looks like a Tim. Um, Maybe I'm wrong. But he doesn't answer to his name. So it's not like we can't change it because he doesn't answer to Tim. I'm finally drinking my cold coffee. I made it yesterday. That tells you. Okay, so we've decided to change his name, and I thought okay, I have a Maisie and a Lizzie, and I was thinking we could call him Moxie and then call him Mox for short, kind of like Max, but Mox. And that didn't seem to go over well. And then I was thinking Leonard would be fun, but the kids didn't like Leonard. And then I was like, he kind of looks like a Clarence, but that's my son's middle name. And that will just get confusing because then when I go to yell at my son, the dog will answer. And then somebody suggested Emmett, and I thought that was kind of cute. But then I just see little man as a Jeeves. Jeeves. Like the driver or the butler. Or if you're really old like me, you can remember the search engine called Ask Jeeves. And he just looks like a Jeeves. So I'm 99% sure that his name is going to be Jeeves. And I think that's fantastic. I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay, so clearly I need help. But I got to get Jeeves like a little bow tie because he definitely is a bow tie wearing kind of dog. that he just speaks of bow tie wearing dog. My kids think I'm absolutely insane. Of course, whatever. So let's see. So the kids turned 21. God help me, I have 21-year-old twins. How the heck did that happen? Um, we because I have class on Wednesday and the school days are just kind of crazy, we elected to hold off and went to dinner on Saturday after we had deaf deaf movie day. It's totally fun. Okay, so let's finish. So we went to the kids have been really, really wanting to go to the hibachi grill place that's in our mall right by us. Um, and for whatever reason, we just haven't done it. And then, well, we didn't do it, and then COVID hit, and we all know how that worked out. So we went on Saturday. Oh my Lord! First of all, more than I've spent on a meal for our family in a long time. I am not one of those like, let's go have fancy dinners. Like, I'm a pretty basic sort of easy going, let's just grab a cheeseburger at the local burger joint kind of girl. So we went. It was so much fun, you guys. Like the chef was like, which is not okay. Like clearly, I am not a hibachi grill guy, like chef. Um, it was so much fun. But so you're sitting. It was us three, and then their dad came. We invited their dad, um, so that I mean, whatever. So it was the four of us because my mom was sick, so she didn't come, and there's some other drama with the other person that I invited, and that's over and done with. Um, so we sat with another family, and their little 5-year-old was having his birthday. His birthday was on Friday. So it was just so much fun. Like, really and truly, the two families got along. We were joking back and forth. Um, the chef was fantastic and really engaging with us. It was just a fantastic experience. Um, everybody had way more than we needed to eat. And it was just I'm so glad we did it and took the time off, and were able to spend the money and do that. Um, on the money front, my furnace is getting replaced tomorrow, and I went ahead and did the upgrade, and I will have central air next summer or this coming summer. And let me just tell y'all how exciting that is. What I have also decided is we're going to finish the renovations. We're just going to put in the money as if I was going to stay here for the next 20 years, which is not the agenda or not the plan. I'm going to spend the money and I'm going to use it as a rental income. Because right now with the new furnace and all the other stuff that I've done, there's no way that I would recoup my money anytime soon on it. So I'm better off just using it as a rental, which is totally fine and totally cool. So that is the plan is we'll keep progressing. I have done a little bit more work. We did some house chores and whatnot yesterday. Everybody, the three of us were all home. We did this session of ASL. She has a whole lot of homeworks due on every Sunday. And it's just, again, the program is super, super intense. Um, which is good because it's like a full immersion sort of program. So on Saturday we went the sign club. I made the board. So we did the official handoff. I am officially on the board. We are hitting the ball running. We've already planned several events, got things in the works. I have to call over to the theater for our school because apparently next month they are having two performances that will be interpreted by our students. How cool is that? Like, of course, I love the theater. I love supporting local theaters, especially college theaters. Some of those productions are just mind blowing how good they are. But then to finally get to go to one that's actually interpreted. I don't think that this is one where, like, if you went to a Gala Deaf performance or the National Theater for the Deaf, they actually integrate their interpreters right with their actors. In fact, if you look on YouTube for like those sorts of experience, we watched one in class the other day, which was one of the songs from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I had tears, tears coming down my face. It was so good and so just emotional. And it was so funny because it's not funny. That's not the right word. And I apologize. It was so amazing because the guy was signing, the character Quasimodo was signing, and the interpreter was right there and he was singing his voice. And so literally the person with the voice was actually the interpreter. And it was just, but his movements and his signing and the fact that I could understand so much of his signing. And I mean, I knew the songs because I love Disney films and the music. Okay, even if I don't love the Disney film itself, generally the music that Disney gives to us is just, it's unbelievable. Um, so go ahead and YouTube, search your YouTube for the National Theater of the Deaf and watch some of their productions. I guarantee you. Okay, let me put it this way. If you're not blown away by it, send me a note and I will yeah, I'll send you something. I don't know what it'll be. It may be like a couple skeins of DMC or something, but I cannot imagine that you would not be blown away by it. Um, so we watched two movies. The first one was Legend of the Mountain Man. The funniest thing is, it's a great movie. It's all in sign with subtitles. So if you don't sign, you can follow along with the subtitles. But in it, I turned to my daughter at one point and they showed like the pictures of the mountains. And I said to Beam, I said, watch. There's, I go, there's Bigfoot in the forest. And she goes, oh, Mom. And I said, yes, watch. She goes, seen this before? I said, no. But anytime you have a forest and the mountains, or mountain, Colorado is like this because it's the mountains. You have the mountains, you're gonna find Bigfoot. Sure enough, we're watching the movie, Bigfoot. I swear to God, I was laughing so hard. So I did my deaf culture paper, and one of the things so I forget what the title of the second movie was, but it's sort of like one of those cheesy, like, everybody's going camping, guess who's dying first, and they kill off all the characters sort of movies. You know what I'm talking? Okay, but like out of the guys that are going camping, one of them is two of them aren't deaf. One of the not the hearing guys signs because his family is deaf. And so the one guy who doesn't sign and isn't deaf is kind of a jerk. Well, his name is Kevin. So this is K. But this is P. They're very similar. K, P. Okay. So they teach Kevin his name sign because they're like, they've all got name signs. And here's the thing about name signs. Somebody in the deaf community has to give you your name, like your name sign. I can't just go, okay, so Kelly. So K, lawyer or law. You can't do that. Like and say, okay, that's how you do my name. That's not how that works. Somebody in the community has to give you your name sign. So they go to sign his name and they're like, they tell him, this is your name sign. He's like, that's cool because that's Kevin, right? So Kevin, right on. And they're all like, yeah, yeah, definitely. Y'all, this is the sign for penis. Penis. They taught him his name was penis. I was laughing so hard. I was laughing so hard. So the other favorite sign that I've learned this last at Saturday is this is cookie. Like you're stamping cookies, rolled out cookies. So it's like your little bear, loose C, because that's C. So you're gonna do Lucy. I always say this looks like a bear claw. And you're gonna do your cookie. So cookie. So in my deaf culture report, you have to relate two signs that you kind of know, like one that you've learned in class with one that you then learned at your deaf culture experience. So this is crazy. Same hand, but you twist it by your head. So you're crazy, but this is cookie. Okay. This is purple. But this is penis. So there's your ASL lesson of the week. Oh, welcome to my crazy. So, um, of course that makes it great fun, and why not? Why wouldn't it be great fun with me? So, that was kind of funny. We are actually doing really well as far as grades. I did end up dropping my nutrition class. It was just literally I would go to work on it because I was behind, still trying to catch up from when like I couldn't get all the different programs to work. And it was causing me horrible migraines, and I was starting to vomit and have terrible stomach pains again. And I was like, you know what? This is not worth it. It's not needed for my major. It's literally for personal information. Um, I can take it again. So I wrote the teacher and I'm like, look, I'm dropping your class. It's not you. You have been absolutely wonderful and understanding and helpful. And I greatly appreciate that. I just think that for me to get the maximum out of the class and to end up with the grade that I want for my GPA, that right now I need to drop your class and maybe retake it over the summer, or next fall. I'm like, but I wanted to reach out to you because I didn't want you to think that I was doing it because of something that you were doing or weren't doing, because that was not the case. She wrote me back and she's like, I totally understand. She's like, if there's anything that I can do to help you not need to drop it, then certainly. She's like, but please know that my door is always open, kind of thing. Like it was the perfect way to leave the class in the way that I wanted to leave it. With that door still being open with that professor. I don't like to have, I'm still good friends and still get, like, I've gotten cases from my former law school professors. That's just how I am. So we did that. That said, right now I have an A in ASL2. I have an A plus, which they don't really do pluses, but I have over 100%. In my orientation to deafness class, I have a presentation on Wednesday, but it's only 20 points and I've already got over 100%. So really I could kind of bomb the presentation and still be all right. Now we're not going to bomb the presentation because you all know me, but it's kind of nice. So I should, if my grades in both in ASL2 and in orientation to deafness stay the same, I think I finished the semester with like a 3.8. Holy cow. Which is perfect because what do we want? Not only do we want to get certified sign language interpreter at graduation, because I will be walking the stage when I earn this degree too. And I have all of my caps and tassels, and I'd actually like to get them all framed kind of together to hang on my wall. I have high school, my undergrad, my law school, then I put this one. I want to wear honor cords. Throwing that out there. That is one of my goals. Okay, so, and we're on the track to doing that. I did actually get quite a bit of stitching done. I had an ear doctor appointment, and they think they have figured out why I keep getting all these sinus infections. That said, I did flunk the couple hearing tests that they did in the office, and I have to go for more extensive testing on my hearing. Am I surprised? No. Was I thinking that it was that bad? No. I also went and got my eyes examined. I have not had an exam in a while. These glasses apparently were ordered prior to 2015. Needless to say, they've been quite old. My prescription has dramatically changed. I'm not surprised. With these lenses, I'm still not seeing at a 20/80. So she's like, I can't believe you can see. And I'm like, well, there are times where really I don't. I just kind of take a stab at it and guess, and so far I've been so good. But it's hard when I'm trying to watch a professor up at the front of the class. Um, it's enough, even though I sit towards the front of our seats, where the way I sit, and depending on where she is in the room, because in this class we sit in like a horseshoe, so that not only can we see her signing, we can see our classmates signing, which makes all the difference. And we play all kinds of games to practice our signings. So, oh, and by the way, this is Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving. This is Halloween. You could also do it like this, Halloween, like you're a mask, like peekaboo with the mask. Thanksgiving is, now I'll have to show you. Thanksgiving, you can do Thanksgiving like this. So it's like a turkey waddle. There's a couple of different ways to sign Thanksgiving. That's the one I remember. So Thanksgiving is coming. So, and then day. So Thanksgiving. So we sit in a horse. So depending on where she's signing, sometimes it makes, I can't quite make out all of the signatures. Because remember, like, this is cow, but this is horse. This is chicken, but this is duck. You know, if you sign this way, it's an F. If you sign this way, it's Friday. Yeah. So it's sometimes it's just the subtlest change that if I can't necessarily see, it makes it really hard. So I did order new glasses, and I sprang for prescription sunglasses. So that was my big splurge on me. So they should be in a week to 2 weeks, and we ordered them on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday before the movie with Bigfoot. There's got to be a sign for Bigfoot. There has to be, right? So that's, I want to figure out. Hey, Amy, if you're watching this, what's the sign for Bigfoot? Oh, and this is airplane. That's one of my son's favorite signs right now is airplane. But I like helicopter. Car is easy. So the long story short, back to where I was going with this, the ENT was late. He was still at the hospital when I got to my appointment, and I was a little bit early. So I got to sit there quite some time for that. And then because we had some technical difficulties starting movies, I had some time before I had to watch subtitles. And really, the first movie we were going to watch was Coda. Coda is on Apple TV, and I think you can do like a 7-day free trial. Go watch it. It's so good. And there's voice and there's subtitles for when they're signing, and there's no voice. It's such a tearjerker. Honestly, it's so good. It's so worth it. Even if you have to pay for like the week or the month of Apple TV, I think it's like $8. Seriously, it's cheaper than a movie ticket. Grab some popcorn, sit down, and enjoy. So we couldn't get Coda working, and I was thinking, okay, I've watched Coda before, so I could stitch while we were watching Coda, and then but so in between things, I did that. I did stitch some, so I actually got quite a bit of stitchy time this last week, which was really nice. I'm not gonna lie, it was really, really nice. And then when we were waiting again for our table at the restaurant, there was just over an hour wait. And so I was stitching at the mall because I 99% of the time I will have a project with me. Even if I carry it in a Ziploc, and I am notorious for carrying it in a Ziploc. The dog bells are working. My son is home from one band. We get a break. We're all going to have dinner. I'm actually cooking dinner. Bean marinated chicken while I was in court with clients this morning. And now it's in the oven. Oh my God, you guys, I cleaned my oven. Like literally cleaned it. It is so clean. I will post a picture on Instagram. I was so excited. I've never cleaned my oven before because when I grew up, all of the oven cleaner, you like had to like open up windows and run fans. It's horrible. Like the smells were awful. So I took a chance because my oven was so gross, and almost every time you'd start it, you'd smell like the stuff on the bottom burning. And um, during COVID, we tried to clean it, like be all environmental, which I am totally on board for if you can get it to work. And I think going forward, I'll be able to do that system, but it was too far gone to do it. We had tried the baking soda and vinegar, so then I still had like baking soda, like still crusted on the bottom. It was so nasty. So I bought from Walmart the fume-free oven cleaner. You can't smell it. Like it was so easy. And then I have my little scrub doggy, like scrubby, like the scrub daddy, and they have scrub on me. Well, I have the dog. Hang on one second. My dog bells are working. This is it. I'm very lucky. My ex-husband was able to help me out with some driving, especially with court today and whatnot. And he's going to take the boy to band tonight. Very grateful. So he's coming in. We'll all have dinner. So, now I lost my train of thought. Okay, so oven cleaner. So my oven I clean the oven, you guys. I'm so excited. It's so clean inside. So my plan is to keep it up and maybe clean it out once a month. How often do people clean their oven? Having never done this and now reached the age of prime 50, I don't know. But I figure if I keep it up and maybe do it once a month, it will never get nasty and gross. Because it was bad. So yeah. So I clean my oven. There's my excitement. This is my life, you guys. Seriously, I study. Actually, study. I have class. I have work. Sometimes I ride my bike. Run. I'm not swimming right now. It's too cold. And I stitch. Oh, and then our advisor on Saturday, I had been stitching, and she goes, sewing? And I said, yes. She goes, crosses? And I said, yes. And she goes, nice. I was very excited. So she looked at my stitching and she's like, it's beautiful. I said, thank you. So I worked on 2 projects this last week, and we made good progress on both, and I can't wait to show you. I don't have any haul. Heaven and Earth Designs had a sale. I did buy a couple minis. I have not printed them all yet, and that's okay. But we'll talk about that in a minute too. Okay, so I worked on Pikachu. Look at how close. Like, look at how much work we got done. Seriously? I've got a few little confetti pieces up in here. But look at Pikachu. How cool is he looking? So needless to say, I didn't get him totally done, but I came in and I did a bunch over here. Hang on. Chicken's in the oven.
Yes, also the oven's still smoking though.
Oh, because it's on I cleaned the coil and they got a little wet and stuff, so okay. That's why. If you could do some green beans in the air fryer and maybe find a cookie sheet and throw on the crescent rolls in the oven or in the refrigerator. There you go. That's what we're having for dinner. I know. We're real fancy here. Fancy. So got ton done there. I didn't realize how much I would enjoy this. I got a stamp cross stitch 2 years ago this Christmas from a sorority sister, because we did a secret squirrel, like stitching squirrels exchange. And it's a squirrel and it's a kit, and I thought, oh god, it's a stamp cross stitch. I don't know if I'm gonna want to do that. When Pikachu is done, I'm gonna pull that out because again, it's not like the symbols all line up where they should, and everything is all there. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to like count numbers. I don't have to count squares, nothing. So I'm going to do the squirrel next. I'm going to add that, but we got it. I got to get some of these whips done. It's, yeah. Okay. Lizzie wants to play. Okay, so the other, oops, I think I just dropped a floss. I did. Oh, please talk amongst yourselves. We dropped 3802. Okay, so the only other thing that I worked on is my 99 bottles. Yo, I love this stitch so much. Jason now knows officially that it is his. Him and I talked about it because I said, do you want it traditionally framed like just in a regular frame? Or do you want me to just get creative? And he's like, do I know for sure which stitch it is? I said, come on, Jason. You're not getting Pikachu, and I work on yours just as much as I work on Pikachu, and Pikachu is not yours. And he goes, you're kidding. And I was like, nope, you're getting it. And he's like, holy shit. And I was like, I know. Isn't it fantastic? And he's like, it is. And I said, he goes, so you can get creative. He goes, get creative. And I go, all right, I am off to go find a wooden beer barrel to be able to FFO out on. So if you know where I can buy a wood beer barrel, let me know. Because the guy from Tennessee wasn't willing to ship. So, we not only did we get a page finish. Let me here. I'm gonna show you. So we got the page finish. How cool is that? But then I came over and I started on page 4 out of 6, and I got that whole row done. And the little shelf, I have to add the little bracket, and I came down here and got this shelf almost done. Uh-huh. So once I finish these and this row, there will just be 2 more pages left. How glorious is that, though? No, seriously. Is that not just amazing? So, super, 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 super excited about that. I have never washed. One of the reasons, so that's the other thing. On my 3 small words, I am going to paint it, the board that I have, this light green, I think. I think I decided to do this green. We're going to put one of the bookshelves over on this wall behind, like in the corner here, and one over on this side. In the inside, I think I'm going to put some sort of print fabric that has these colors in them. So that's what I will put behind the stitching, like kind of pat it, put it on the board. So I have to find that fabric. But I've never washed a cross stitch before, really. I think I've done it once or twice, and it always ends up all wrinkly, and I never can get the wrinkles out, and it drives me nuts. But I really do need to wash these before I like FFO them. So if anybody has a video or can offer some insight on that process, I'd appreciate it. Okay. Yeah. Um, okay, so in other good news, my friend, him and his son have opened a candle company. Right now they have 6 different scents. If I recall, they are linen, like clean laundry, apple pie, pumpkin pie, sugar cookie, pine, and leather. They are selling, right now, they will be selling exclusively on Instagram. One of the things with Instagram, though, is, you have to have all the hashtags, but you also have to have a good following in order to kind of get picked up on different people's feeds. So if you all wouldn't mind doing me a favor, please, please, please go like hillbilly.candles on Instagram. That's my friend and his son's company. We really want them to, it's really his son's company. Um, and we really want them to do well. Like, I really want his son to do well. Um, so go like him, go share his company. That would mean the world to me. Let's see what else in this next coming week. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, the other thing is I did cancel my seat at the Steel City Stitchers retreat with putting in the new furnace and upgrading it with the AC and just a lot of other things going on. I really um after talking to my coach about some of my goals for this coming year and with all that I'm taking on with school, um I just think it's best for me to sit out. Um Maybe next like the following year. I am kind of like I went back and forth for a while before I made that decision, and it was a tough decision. I am still slated to go to StitchCon. I'm weekend B. Um, I am looking forward to that. I will have to. There's a couple of people who have said that they will sign with me for at least part like short blocks during the weekend, which is part of my concern. Is that I would be losing out on those practice hours, which I really need. And then I will also be slated, I will have to go run. So hopefully wherever I get my hotel room, I don't know, I haven't booked it yet. Um, we'll either have like a small gym where I can run or the weather will be nice and I'll go out like in the morning before it gets really crazy and get that done. There's probably got to be a Y or something where I can get a day pass or a weekend pass to go swimming or something. Um, so that's kind of where we're at. I have to work on my little gingerbread house so that I can put my ornament together for my exchange. I think that is supposed to go out by the end of this month. Um, it's not a hard stitch. It's just me sitting down and wanting to do it versus having all the cute little finishes of each bear bottle. So those are still going to be my three main focuses at this point. And that's where we're at. So I did buy 3 minis from Hade. Um, and I'm trying. One is, I want to say one is a gingerbread house by Amy Smith. Then I got a Halloween house with the little kids going up to the door. I don't know. I don't know what the other two are. I've got a bunch of work from work to do and get caught up. But yeah, otherwise it's all good. Again, if you need to reach me, hit me up on Instagram. That's probably the easiest way. It's His Princess Kelly. We're still rocking and rolling. I am still trying to, now that I've dropped nutrition, in all honesty, I'll be able to put in some extra hours. Maybe over Thanksgiving week. We have that week off. My goal is to get a bunch of things set at my office again. I'm having a procedure on my back where they go in and are going to burn the nerves to my lower back. I'm hoping to have that done on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, which means, excuse me, low key Thanksgiving here. My kids are on board with that, thank goodness. And kind of resting, which also means kind of, yeah. Look, I'm actually going to do a turkey in a tinfoil pan, and I am not even going to feel bad about that. Not even. Mm-mm. Me and I think it's Pillsbury makes the Grand's biscuits in the pot, like the tube that you pop. My kids love those, or the crescent rolls. Yeah, I'm not making homemade bread, not this year. Um, so yeah, so on that happy note, I'm gonna bid you adieu. I have got still a ton of stuff to do. I have to prep my presentation on Wednesday. Nothing like waiting till the last minute on sign language interpreters and the laws and the legal system. And my professor would also like me to touch base on IEP law. That's an easy one. Problem is I'm only allocated between 5 and 10 minutes. That's not long on that subject. Not at all. So, that said, again, I will bid you adieu. Hopefully those people who were expecting stitchy gifts from me, from my winners and Amy, You have all gotten your treasures. I hope you guys like them. I heard from Jane and that you got yours. I cannot wait to see what you stitch on them. They were beautiful. I had a hard time deciding, and that's why you got both, because I was just in that kind of mood some days. Um, so yeah, I'm it's all good. No, Sue got the fabric. I'm sorry. I don't know. Sue and Jane were my winners. One of them you got is got the book. Hopefully you like the book and have found helpful hints in there. And the other one got the fabric, and I cannot wait. Again, I cannot wait because they sent it to me, so I got to see it. It was really pretty. So hopefully, I cannot wait to see whatever gets stitched. Um, Amy, that pattern will show you I couldn't not send it to you when it mistakenly got sent to me. And again, I know it's not going to happen anytime soon, but I cannot wait to see when you stitch her. Um, on that note, cheers. My coffee from yesterday is almost done. So, bye. I'll talk to you guys later.